Hi, I'm Long Long. Today, I'm filming my husband's first day as a delivery rider. My husband used to be a personal trainer in Shanghai. Things were fine for a while, but the economy got tough. Jim started losing money, and the living costs in Shanghai are just so high. It stopped making sense to stay. So, we decided to move back to my hometown Chongqing. We thought, lower cost of living, less pressure. But reality had other ideas. After about a year, we both lost our jobs. So my husband started doing food delivery to keep us going. He stuck with this job for a while. Today, I'll show you what his day really looks like. The second he went online, the platform sent him an order. He rejected it. I asked why. He said, readers don't just take every order. You check the address and the pay. If the distance is too far and the money is too later, you actually lose money after gas. Better to let someone closer take it. It makes sense, but I kept thinking, if everyone skips the far orders, who actually takes them? Then he grabbed his first order, a local chain noodle shop in Chongqing. That delivery paid 5 yuan. On the way back we stopped at a gas station. This one is actually built inside an old air raid shelter. Very Chongqing. You won't see that anywhere else. Filling up cost 35 yuan. His last delivery was only 5 yuan. His second order was a pancake shop. They all look so good. That one paid 7 yuan. The third order was lemon tea. Picked up in an old downtown neighborhood on narrow alleys. The buildings are old, but the area is really lively. The lemon tea was for someone in this office building. Waiters aren't allowed upstairs, so there's a smart locker at the entrance. He put the food in, take a photo, upload it to the system, and it sent the customer a notification to come down and grab it. But lockers cost money. They take 0.6 yuan out of the rider's pay for every order. This delivery was in this residential area. Apartment buildings, small shops on every ground floor. And even an old man with a bamboo basket selling homegrown veggies on the street. I love neighborhoods like this. They just feel so alive. When no orders are coming in, he leads us over to a busy area and parks, falling out, refreshing constantly. He finally got one, a brand new hotel. Fully automated, no front desk, No staff. Guests check themselves in at a machine outside. And for food delivery, a little robot handles it. My husband typed in the room number, load the food into the boat, and it rolled off down the hallway on its own. It's honestly pretty cool. But watching that robot go, I couldn't stop thinking, as more things get automated, where does that leave people like my husband? He snagged an order from a small right across the street. The mall has seen better days. The main hall has been turned into a space for elderly people. Mostly mahjong tables, packed with older folks spending their afternoon after lunch. This was a combined order, 2 different drop-offs, worth 10 yuan. But the system cut his time short, so he had to move fast. In the elevator, he sat on the floor in the corner. He was worn out. That quick elevator ride was his only moment to rest. Even then, his thumb kept scrolling, still looking for the next order. Then the lunch rush really hit. At one fast food chain, the place was completely packed. He called out his pickup number several times before anyone brought it out. Then it was back and forth between malls, picking up multiple orders at once. When GPS is off, he takes a photo and uploads it manually. Grabbing several orders from the same area in one go is great. Saves a lot of back and force running. There were lots of orders, so delivery time got tight. This office building had no elevator. Time was tight, so he ran up the stairs. I tried to follow him but couldn't keep up. I fell behind, but the time I got to the top, he told me the customer had given the wrong address. It wasn't even this building. He called to figure out where they actually were. The customer couldn't explain it, couldn't name any landmarks, couldn't describe the building. Several minutes of back and forth on the phone before they figured it out. It was the building next door, 6th floor. This one mistake ate up so much time. Now every single order after this one was at risk of being late. I could see how angry he was. He was trying to keep it together. To make matters worse, the elevator just won't arrive. Every second mattered, yet he had no choice but to stand there waiting. That's just how life can be sometimes. Finally, the elevator arrived. There were too many people getting on. I didn't make it into the elevator. While I was waiting downstairs, I noticed something kind of interesting. Almost every single delivery motorbike parked outside had the key left in the ignition. Riders running upstairs to deliver food. Motorbikes just sitting here on the street, unlocked, unattended. Honestly, that's a kind of trust in a city that I really wasn't expecting. Rushing to the next stop, an old residential block undergoing renovation. Scaffolding all over the outside of the buildings. My husband could see I was completely done. He told me to wait downstairs and ran up himself. When he came back down, his phone rang. A customer had been waiting too long and just told him she didn't want the food anymore. There was nothing he could do. He accepted the cancellation and paid the customer 20 yuan out of his own pocket. He looked defeated, but there was nothing he could say, so he just kept moving. The next delivery was to a hospital, and it had already gone past the time limit. He called the customer right away. They'd already come downstairs and were waiting at the entrance. He told me because of that one customer who gave the wrong address, 4 of his subsequent orders all came in late, plus one cancellation. If you rank too many late deliveries in one day, the platform can suspend your account, meaning no more orders for the rest of the day. He was really angry. Honestly, I get it. It was someone else's mistake that caused all of this. But the rider is the one who pays
我已
for
经感觉
it.
到你生气了。
这个傻逼给他讲就是不听，非他妈反驳上上，那么大66号他不讲。
We're about to stop and get lunch when the system passed 3 new orders to him. Eating would have to wait. 2 orders were from the supermarket, with lots of items, 2 packs of tissues, milk and drinks. I carried the milk for him.
没事，我提个桶啊，走。
And we barely had space left on the motorbike. Then came our coffee shop drink order, which won't fit either. So I held it in my hand. The system gave very little time for each delivery, so my husband had to jog most of the way. I was hungry and worn out, completely drained. I struggled just to
好
keep
久没
up
跑
with
步了，
him.
跑起来腿都是沉的，抬不起来。
For orders that required climbing stairs, I couldn't follow anymore and wait downstairs. Soon, he got a system message. He'd had 4 late deliveries that day, plus the one cancelled by the customer. 5 violations in total. This triggered the plan for runners. His account would be locked for half a day. That meant he couldn't take any more orders for the rest of the day. He pushed
你
back.
申诉过了吗？
The cancellation
申诉
wasn't
过了
his
吗？
fault. The customer refused the delivery. That's
就不
not
行
the
是吧？
same as radar failing to deliver. He tried to appeal it to customer service. It took a long time and a lot of back and forth. The appeal failed, and on top of that, the plan for fined him an extra 20 yuan. An already bad day just got worse. The anger and helplessness on his face. But there was nothing a regular worker could do in this situation. I couldn't find any words for him, so I just stayed with him in silence. He lit a cigarette and sat there staring off into space, slowly processing his feelings. In the end, he had to accept what had happened. was 2:15 in the afternoon when we finally walked into a noodle shop. The lighting inside was a little dim, but the place was clean and tidy. He ordered a bowl of 炸酱 noodles and a bottle of Fanta, 20 yuan total. I ate the meal the customer had refused. It was a simple dish, some vegetables and meat in a light broth. Pretty middle flavors. Nothing special, but we both ate fast. When you're tired and hungry, there's nothing more important than sitting down to a hot meal. After eating, my husband lay down right on the roadside bench, scrolling for delivery orders on his phone. Even though his account was locked, he still kept refreshing. It was like he felt unsafe if he wasn't doing it. People kept coming and going at the bus stop all around us. In the end, he decided to head home. Before heading home, we picked up our packages.
牛角包40斤，好重。我报梨吗？好。
His parents sent 2 boxes of pears from Anhui. My 20-kilogram fitness sandbag also arrived. He hauled the sandbag, and I carried the 2 boxes of pears upstairs.
走。小
Those
本。
pears from back home were just about the only small comfort he had on this off day. He made a total of 149 yuan today, minus 35 yuan for motorcycle fuel, 16 yuan for lunch, 20 yuan for the customer refund, and another 20 yuan plan for fine. That left him with only 58 yuan for himself, roughly $9. This is just an ordinary day for my husband, a delivery rider in Chongqing. Most people only see their food show up at the door. They never see everything delivery riders go through behind the scenes. I'm sharing this story not to get sympathy. I just want to show people around the world real moments from ordinary people's lives. Every country has millions of people working hard just to get through a day. Not every life is exciting or glamorous. Most days are plain, tiring, and sometimes really unfair. But that's reality. When you don't have the power to change your situation, you do what you can, you accept it, and you keep going. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.